Yo, Cover One crew, what is going on? Hope everybody is great. Happy Friday to everyone. We made it, fam. It is the weekend, and I'm going to set you off and kick it off on the right note. We got undrafted rookie free agents. Don't sleep on these players because they are very talented. How many times we see, and this is one of my favorite shows, I should clarify, coming out of the NFL draft, post-NFL draft. I love searching for talent that does not get drafted. But I mean, okay, how many times have we seen NFL quality talent players come from the undrafted rookie free agent pool? And this could be no different. I got 3 players for y'all, and you guys should already be aware of this individual. Sean Tucker, he is from Syracuse, running back, and I mean, everybody should know who this man is. He was one of my, favorites coming out of this college season. And I mean, he's a great talent, man. Syracuse player. He finds his way to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as an undrafted rookie free agent. And we'll start there right off the bat. When it comes to the depth chart of these Bucs, you got Rachaad White. No more Uncle Lenny. This is a positive note because, Rachaad White, they seem and they say, Tampa Bay, that he is going to be the lead back. And I can't argue this whatsoever. But they're going to spell touches somewhere. Chase Edmonds does sign with the Bucs. And okay, fine, I get it. You got Keyshawn Vaughn. Never been a huge fan of Keyshawn's game overall. He is a good, receiving back potentially, but I don't see a lot of goodness coming from Keyshawn Vaughn. So there is a potential for a Sean Tucker to jump a Keyshawn Vaughn and become at least the third back in this rotation where Chase Edmonds has dealt with injuries in his own right. So there is potential here. I'm telling y'all that the path to volume for Sean Tucker is definitely here and capable if he does ball out in, training camp and the preseason, which I do think should happen. Okay, but we're going to start with the negative right off the bat. Why did this man fall in the draft? The heart issue. So at the combine, they found in the medicals that he did have some kind of heart issue, and it does scare off some teams. And I'll preface that with, we saw this last season with a guy named Justin Ross going to the Kansas City Chiefs as a priority undrafted rookie free agent. Now we're seeing what Patrick Mahomes is saying, and Justin Ross was a first-round talent. No kidding, and he's going to be, flying up boards very quickly once he gets on the field because the medicals, man, the spinal thing, I believe, or whatever he was dealing with, Justin Ross was dealing with, now he looks pretty healthy, so I think that they're going to take the top off of Justin Ross this year. Sean Tucker could definitely follow this path as well. He's played a very, a sizable amount of time in college football with the heart issue, so it hasn't, stopped him from making plays, but he is 5'9", 207. He does have a good frame, man, for that size. You can't hate it, man. Throw on the tape of Sean Tucker, and you'll definitely be impressed. No kidding. Electric speed and burst, it's absolutely on point. Speed-power combo, you can't fade that whatsoever. He has the ability to bowl people over and has the wheels to boot, so you got to understand what you're getting from a Sean Tucker. Very good patience behind the line. He will find his holes. Inside, outside runner. He is very good in that respect. Good lateral quickness. Great outside ability. He is that prototypical, one-cut runner. Finds the gap, finds the hole, makes a plant step, and then he hits the accelerators. That's Sean Tucker, and he does it very well. Very much an underrated receiving back. He is athletic. He can contort his body and adjust and make catches. Sean Tucker is legit, and I get it, man. Why does this player fall undrafted? Situations always happen in the pros, and they get overlooked for a variety of reasons, and the heart issue in this case, I think, dropped him out of the draft. He does have 3 down back potential. He can literally do it all. I mean, statistically speaking, almost 600 touches for 3182 in yards, 27 touchdowns. This is a 3-down running back, y'all, and he goes undrafted. Tampa Bay snag themselves an absolute potential gem in a Sean Tucker. So, I mean, okay, when we're talking fantasy productivity, where can you pick him? Dynasty, absolutely. You get him on your roster. When it comes to redraft, your wait to see how he's going to shake out on this roster if he does make the team. There's always a chance they will not make the club, but I do believe there's too much talent in a Sean Tucker for everybody to fade his services. Next one we got is Mohamed Ibrahim, running back from Minnesota, and I mean, he's another one. He fell in the draft, and I think it's because, what? Okay, we'll start off. Where did he go? He went to the Detroit Lions. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm excited. It's Friday, man. It's beer time already somewhere, and I got to go snag my own. But Mohamed Ibrahim, he goes to the Detroit Lions as an undrafted rookie free agent. And Mo is good. I liked his game, always have. He's just put up massive productivity in his collegiate career. He finds himself in a depth chart now that is going to be extremely difficult for him to crack, but there is opportunity. Obviously, DeAndre Swift no longer with the club with the Lions. They got Jahmyr Gibbs. They signed David Montgomery. That's going to be your 1-2 punch for these Detroit Lions for the next several years. And then you got Craig Reynolds as the third running back. So that's where I think Mo Ibrahim needs to be focusing where he's going to reside. He's got to beat out a guy like Craig Reynolds for a roster spot. And Mo is a very talented back, no kidding. He kind of resembles similarities to a David Montgomery. Is he David Montgomery? Probably not at this point, but he does have a lot of similarities in his game. I think that's why they brought him on. Just in case someone does get injured, they still can replace that skill set if Monty does go down with some injury. Mo is 5'8", 203, very stout, put together frame, very much in the lower body, unbelievable stoutness. I think I just made a word, but he is very good in the body frame ability, no kidding. Good in between the tackles. He can make it, finds the vision is good, sound. He will find the holes, and he will break free. Good vision overall, solid break tackle. He is a physical running back. And again, okay, I get it. You wonder why some of these guys fall in the draft, and I'll tell you right now, 40 contests with Minnesota, he did tear his ACL, or Achilles, in 2021. That was the problem. And, Achilles for running backs is one of the worst things. You're almost better to have an ACL than an Achilles injury because that speed and burst does definitely drop off once you tear that Achilles tendon. But okay, does he have breakaway wheels? No. Does he have enough burst? Yes, he does. Through the line, the burst, he's kind of in that same category, the one-cut runner. He does have good, sidestep ability, good jump cut ability, but he's not a juke and shaker whatsoever. He's going to find the hole, he's going to burst through it, and then he's going to try to plow through people, okay? Goal line upside is definitely there for a Mo Ibrahim, and I mean, that's his MO. So like I'm saying, what David Montgomery could potentially be in this offense, spelling out a Jahmyr Gibbs now, no DeAndre Swift. So you got speed and power. Mo could be that power back that you're looking for, change of pace, first and second down running back, goal line upside running back, but doesn't have to be taken off the field because he does have good receiving ability. Mo Ibrahim is very good in that respect. Like I said, fantastic college production. You're talking almost 900 carries in 40 games. Okay, that's another knock on his game as well. Lots of tread on the tires that is taken away already with all this productivity. 4,668 yards for an Ibrahim, man. 53 rushing touchdowns. The staple of productivity. What else are you looking for? The problem is some do believe he's been capped already and there's only going to be a decline from here. I still believe, if Ibrahim does find his way to earning valuable snaps with the Detroit Lions, there is potential of a decent 5 to 6 year career for a Mo Ibrahim, and he could give you a lot of touchdown and goal line upside. There is no kidding about that, but you gotta love what these Detroit Lions are doing overall. So as a Lions fan, if you are one, I mean, you should be very happy with what your team has been doing these last several years. I went on a podcast 2 years ago, and I was telling all the Detroit Lions fans, because it was a Detroit Lions podcast, said be patient because you guys are definitely building in the right direction. But Mo Ibrahim is definitely one to watch, see what he does in training camp and the preseason to earn a roster spot for his career. Last one I got is Matt Landers, wide receiver. He's an interesting one. He's got some potential. He's got some skill. Is he going to be, out of these three, the most unlucky potentially? And he's going to have to fight for his roster spot. No kidding, especially the fact that he lands with these Seattle Seahawks, who do have a plethora of talent at the wide receiver position now. And again, we'll start there. It is the Seahawks depth chart. DK Metcalf, superhuman. Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith-Njigba. They drafted him. And I mean, they drafted a bunch of running backs too. They got Charbonnet. They got Kenny McIntosh. And then you got Eskridge. And again, I'm not a huge fan of Eskridge whatsoever, so there is potential. But I mean, this offense here in Seattle with Geno Smith, it's going to be very difficult for Landers to find touches and find volume and target share in this offense. But there is great potential in this man simply because of how tall he is and how damn fast he is, man. He is 6'4", 200 pounds. He's lightning quick, man. He ran a 4.37 at the combine. Just lightning fast for a big man. He is, though, lean and lanky. That is a big problem. He runs like a gazelle out there. Those legs, it's very lean and lanky for a Landers, but there is potential there. Good open field shake. I mean, he can move. He can. It was surprising for a man that's lanky. You don't typically see the agile movements. It's not great. It's not on the elite trends whatsoever, but he's got more than enough. Impressed me in that respect that he can do the shake and juke in the open field when he's trying to gain more yards after the catch. Routes are above average. Slant, hook, and goes are probably his best routes right now. And he could round it out. But, I mean, when you get a guy like Landers who's 6'4", he can do the jump balls, he can do the contested catches, and you're looking for that mismatch deep threat, he's got the deep threat appeal you're looking for. Even though you got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett that could take the top off a defense at any given moment, you're adding another speedster like a Landers. There is potential here at 6'4" to be a target in the red zone. So if he can show out in the preseason and training camp that he could catch touchdowns, I think Landers could find himself to having a roster spot with the Seattle Seahawks. Hands are average to above average. Some body catching is there. Is it a big concern? No. I think that he's got more than enough ability with the hands that they're soft enough. He does snag it out of the air. He's got a big catch radius just because his arms are so long. He is so tall, and it's good in that respect. Stop-start speed is not great, and that's kind of where I think a lot of people see his game as well. When he does catch the ball, it's very slow coming out of the break, and that's a big problem, especially for a guy who runs a 4.37. You expected him to run and move a little bit more after he catches the pass, especially on the hooks. It's the hooks and the comebacks to the quarterbacks. He almost stops on, and it just doesn't pick up any juice after that, which does make him an easy tackle at times. On the slant routes, when he is going, it's the long speed, right? So once he starts going, he's very difficult to catch up to because he is very fast. But if he's trying to, stop, start, make the catch, and then turn and try to run, it's not overly great, and I think that's where he will struggle in the NFL because these guys are lightning quick all over the field. Anyway, he played at Georgia, Toledo, or Arkansas with the Razorbacks, and I mean, Georgia, you were hoping he was going to do something. They saw all the potential, did not pan out, didn't get enough playing time. He goes to Toledo. He starts to show out a little bit. Then he moves to the Razorbacks, and he has his best season as a collegiate player. He definitely improved over these last 2 years, which put him on notice, and then the combine speed definitely got him on the radar for these NFL teams to at least sign him as an undrafted rookie free agent. Statistics are meek overall. 27 games, 79 receptions, 1547 in yards, a nice 19.6 on the average. So you see you're going to utilize Landers as that deep threat appeal, 14 touchdowns to his credit. So when we're saying, okay, locked up right now, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and a Jigba, they could move on from a Tyler Lockett next year, and I would not be shocked whatsoever. D. Eskridge, to me, is one of these guys. He was, okay, he's okay, nothing great. That's why they're looking to upgrade with Jackson Smith and Jigba. They thought Eskridge could be that slot presence. Isn't necessarily there. So if you do move on from a Tyler Lockett, eventually Matt Landers could potentially find himself in a very good situation alongside a DK Metcalf, and you got two tall trees catching balls with speed. I mean, that's what you're loving in NFL football if you're Geno Smith and company. But I mean, there you have it. That is 3 undrafted rookie free agents you got to keep your eye on, got to get you in the know because they are that talented. They are good, but they got a long road ahead of them. Sean Tucker's obviously got the best path carved out for him right now, and he could be the best one out of these 3, but there is potential here. We know the NFL does deal with a lot of injuries, so all it takes is one guy to go down, and these undrafted rookie free agents will make a name for themselves. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What are you thinking about these 3? What about Sean Tucker, Mo Ibrahim, and Matt Landers? Throw it in the comments. If you don't know who they are, hopefully I helped you out and you got to understand a little bit more on who they are. But nevertheless, we'll see you next time. I am out.